what's up everybody? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. And Karen and I today are going to be tackling what I think is going to be a really cool project. We're going to be putting our posts in the ground and finalizing or finishing up the porch structure. These are our 4x6 posts. We've got to, we're doing this a little backwards. So normally you frame up, you frame up the porch structure from the posts back. So you put the post in the ground, you put the banding on, a joist, and then you deck it. Well, we're doing it in reverse order. We put up temporary legs on the porch structure, and we're going to come back in and put the post in last. Now, it's not necessarily too abnormal, I don't think, to do that. The really abnormal part comes, or the really, at least abnormal for me, I'm used to taking posts, setting them in concrete, and building them from the ground up. Well, today we're going to actually dig our hole. We're going to take our posts. We're going to nail them to the top of the LVL, right? We're going to notch it out for the banding here. And then we're just going to let it hang into our hole. Now at the bottom of the post is going to be a Simpson bracket that has a bolt coming off the bottom of it. And I'll show you that in a minute. And that bolt is going to just kind of hang off into the hole. And so then we'll come back and we will put concrete in the hole and cover up that bolt. And that bolt will be what anchors it into the ground. So it's a little bit backwards. We're actually going to be building from the top down rather than from the bottom up. It'll be interesting. Never done this before. So let's do this. All right, so the first task that we have to do is we have to dig our holes. And again, I'm going to dig across the front. We're going to put 5 posts. We have to put, for every door, you have to put 2 posts. One on each side that will create the hand railings that go down. We're going to be doing a really unique railing system, if you will, for our cabin. We'll have a top board, bottom board, but the stringers or the in-betweens won't be banisters or whatnot. They're going to be aeronautical guide wire. And so we're going to put the kind of the wiring and give it a little bit of an industrial look that goes around the porch. Yeah. So here's what I've done. Got our foot deep hole dug, right? Got our measurements for the length from the LVL all the way to the ground. And then I took the measurements from the start here and the bottom, or from the top and the bottom of the banding. And that's when I'm gonna notch out of the wood. And I'll notch it out 1.75 inches, which is the thickness of this banding. This banding, as you can see, there's only one board, one single layer. Well, I've got to come back and put another layer of banding on here. And so when I do that, if I notch this board out, then it will sit in flush. It'll sit in flush with the banding, and it'll look nice and straight all the way across. So that's the goal. New square. This is a nice one too. Okay, so Karen has got our cutout here, our notch nice and smooth. I have assembled, or I'm going to be assembling, the Simpson bracket here. We're going to put it on the bottom of it and secure it, and then we're going to stand it up, and we're going to see how close we are. I believe we're okay. I believe we're okay. We're about to find out. Spot on. All right, we need to move it up to the edge. The trick is to what we're trying to do is to make sure we get this level with the banding as much as possible.
I'm fine.
All right. That pole went in pretty good. Permanent pole, permanent post number 1. All but for the concrete. Done. All right, whew. Time to take off the sun hat and put on the redneck organ hat. We have finished up the front side, as you can see. So I just made the comment after we had gotten back, you know, we'd gone to lunch and I just got back and we were talking about how soft the ground was and Karen mentioned not to count my chickens too quick before they hatch, because the very first one back that we were looking to do has a stump right almost in the way. So I'm thinking that we might miss it. Missed it by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Whew.
The next morning.
Back at it early. Yesterday, we were able to get all of the front and the side post in. Today, we're going to tackle the back side and get these last four posts left. And then we've got to pour all the concrete. So we'll be doing a lot of concrete pouring. All right, so to make it easier for us to mark where we want these, the two posts for the stairs leading out the back, it's going to be halfway between the two French doors in each of the bedrooms. And so in order to figure out where that's at, we thought we'd go ahead and just cut out the doors and the windows here in the back. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour the concrete into the hole, half the bag. I'm gonna use a piece of rebar to kind of, after I pour some of the water in there, kind of jab at it so that I get good penetration of the water down into the quickcrete. And then I'll pour the rest of the bag in there, and then I'll use my little trowel here to kind of work it and get it nice and smooth to where it's a round over, much more than a concave. So that we don't have water settling on top of these.
The pole's still over there. Sorry.
What?
The pole.
I'm not ready for it yet.
Kind of like making mud pies.
Huh?
Kind of like making mud pies.
Kind of like making mud pies.
Just below it.
All right, so we got all of the posts concreted in, and I thought they turned out really good. Here on the back side, I was a little bit worried because the posts stick up above ground, and so I had to kind of build those up a little bit. But that looks, that looks pretty darn good. I went square on that bad boy. That one's looking nice. And then over here with the stairs, I got a little crazy. Decided to go circle. Hey, who knows? Circle. And then on the last one, finished with a square, of course. So we got I think I've got them all, most of them, the majority of them, the wood does not touch the concrete. It's sitting on top of that Simpson bracket, which, by the way, is the exact same way that the foundation is. If you look back, well, you can't see it from there. You can see that one right there. You see where the wood actually is not touching the concrete. It's actually sitting on top of that Simpson bracket. And so that's what I've done with most of these. Now, some of them, the wood is touching the concrete. I didn't cut. There's a couple that I cut right at the ground level instead of staying up about an inch or so. That was kind of knuckleheaded on my part, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. Well, all right, that's going to wrap it up for another fun weekend here at the Little Orchard Farm. We want to thank you for joining us. Encourage you to subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. Pound that like button, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. We hope you have a safe week, a blessed week. Until we see you again, we will see ya.